Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where we are just going to give you confirmation that Adrian Gray has qualified for finals night. He is top of the table, having won all of his matches so far. He won the previous game 4-3 against Adam Mould and took his tally to 14 points. That table's just slightly wrong there. He's on 14 points, Adrian Gray. Apologies for the technical difficulties before the break there and a couple just afterwards, so I will confirm for you. Gray on 14 points. Jamie Kelling in second place on 8. Adam Mould and Timothy Verbrugghe, the man in your picture now, on 6, along with Jacob Gwyn, his opponent in this one. All a fight now for second place. So just to confirm what happened at the end of the previous match, you may have missed it. Adam Mould missed a dart at double 16 to win the game, and then Adrian Gray won it in a last leg decider on double 8. Right, let's get this game underway. Game 7 or 15 fixtures we're bringing you this afternoon, and it's an important meeting between Gwyn and Verbrugghe.
It has been that nightmare situation that was dreading and looking could be a possibility for Jacob Gwyn, who came into today in second position, opens this game in 5th place. When we talk about players in Last Chance Saloon, we talk about people who need to do it. Jacob Gwyn needs to do this now, or he could start becoming cut adrift from those qualification places.
Game on. 28. $60. 60.
Timothy could really play himself into contention here. When he lost his opening game of the day, that one 4-2 to Adam Mould, you probably thought
96.
he's going to be out of the running here, but a strong victory last time out against Lisa Ashton by 4 legs to 0. And a strong showing and performance in that.
140.
That was his best performance of any match so far he has played here in Group C.
$59. 59.
Jamie Kelling currently occupying that second place position. And he's coming up in our next game when he takes on Adrian Gray, the man who has already confirmed his qualification
97.
through to Saturday night alongside Shane McGurk. We now know 2 of the 6.
$94. 139. Timothy Ricard, 120.
Well, tops he's looking for here,
80.
but it's
Jacob
over the
Ricard,
top.
50.
And Gwyn will be bidding to clean up the remaining 50. On tops himself. Oh, that's a disastrous start. Missed by a margin so wide it means he can't
18.
have another
Timothy
go at a
Ricard,
double.
40. Getting shot on the first leg. Timothy Verbrugghe. Second leg, Jacob to throw first. Game on. $100.
I think this is the lap of fixtures, the round, the cycle where we do start to see
60.
the race for that second place start to dwindle down. We got
137.
3 more fixtures to complete. We've got 1 place left. See who will join McGurk and Adrian Gray.
54. $82.
And Gwyn's got himself in a decent position in leg 2, just like he did in leg 1.
45.
But it went the way of the Belgian, who could be the surprise package in this group.
$150.
Lovely setup from the cracker.
$60. Jacob Ricard, 32. Game shot on the second leg. Jacob Gwyn.
And this time makes minimum fuss with the finish for 1-1.
Third leg, Timothy to throw first. Game on. $100.
Picture of concentration here, Jacob Gwyn.
96.
Good to see him regain that focus. He's been his
58.
own worst enemy at times during this campaign, giving himself an almighty beating. All a learning curve.
45.
Plenty of experience gained in this crash course environment of darts.
26.
There's plenty that he'll be able to go back and review and watch, listen to feedback, analyse with friends.
100. $47.
Both players in
100.
similar positions in leg 3. 100 leaves 160 for Gwyn. The same would leave 170 for Verbrugghe. And he needs to find the treble this dart.
60.
Can't. So
Jacob
6 darts
160.
from here for the Yorkshireman. He would be stopping something of a rot here if he were to win this game.
100.
And he'd be asking the question of Jamie Kelling, wouldn't he? Because he takes on Adrian Gray in the next game.
42. Jacob 60. Game shot on the third leg. Jacob Gwyn.
Brilliant darts there from Jacob Gwyn. He's doing his part. He's trying to keep himself in this fight.
Fourth leg Jacob to throw first. Game on.
Been so easy for him after the first couple of fixtures which went against him, only winning 3 legs across those if we include the last one of yesterday
69.
as well. Just the 4 legs across 3 matches. He would have been forgiven if he'd have thought his chance would have passed him by. He is digging in deep here.
85. $60. $100. $96. $45.
Well, both players will know the importance of this.
84.
It's that precariousness, and it's going to be like this all day, isn't it? That every match for those involved in that second place race is going to feel like it's do or die. Win it and you're very much in the fight, lose it and you're pretty much out of it.
He hasn't gone much his own way here, Timothy, in this game, but what a time to find a maximum.
140. Timothy Khan 91.
Gwyn trying to get one himself to leave double 11. I like the play, try and get the noise.
Yeah, though mathematically, a switch to the bull would have given him a better leave. Maybe academic.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
It would have been futile. As Timothy Verbrugghe takes out 91, took out a clutch 94 against Jacob Gwyn in their last leg decider yesterday. That was a huge check out. And that 91 could be in many ways as big if he does go on to win this game.
We'll talk about bursting into life. He was averaging around the
100.
mid-60s going into those last 6 starts, and it's a 180, takes out the 91, and all of a sudden he becomes favourite for the game.
48.
The beauty of short format darts.
58. $140.
Just sense the tension on a Friday. Those players
123.
fighting for a place at finals night. Something about a large room with nobody but the players and the referee in it that adds to that drama.
33.
At the moment, it looks to be tilting Timothy's way.
$100. $58. Timothy Ricard, 120.
To really stamp some authority on this match. Treble for tops.
100. $41. Timothy Ricard, 20.
Time on his hands, he opts for the
Game shot
split.
on the fifth leg. Timothy Verbrugghe.
Works out well for him on this occasion. A leg away from being right in the mix, joining Jamie Kelling on 8
Sixth leg,
points.
Jacob to throw first. Game on.
I mentioned it earlier, and I really think we're
100.
getting to that point now where I think this is going to go down to legs. I think we're going to go beyond points here. We're going to have 2, maybe 3 players tied on points at the end of this.
140.
Yeah, it could be a real close run thing. And it's one of the reasons why all these games are fraught with tension, because
137.
their opponent is only going to get 2 points ahead of them in a situation like this. However, it's because all the other players are so close together that
134.
they're going to play, and at least one of them's going to pick up points. You would feel in every round of fixtures. So a defeat can be so damaging as we get closer to the conclusion of this
100.
group. Jacob Gwyn is having a day to forget at the moment. He has lost both of his opening fixtures.
100. Jacob Ricard, 164.
Another. Leaves a dart at the ball. A
139.
mighty
Timothy
fine
Ricard,
effort from
127.
Jacob Gwyn. Timothy would love a dart at the ball himself, a dart at the ball for the match, and a dart at the ball to take the hinks.
57.
Won't
Jacob
go.
Ricard, 25.
Had already done it today as well. But Gwyn will come back for the 25 he left after that brilliant attempt for the 164. Double 8. Nice.
Finish on the sixth
Nicely
leg. Jacob
done.
Gwyn.
And for the second down the spin, this pair reach a deciding leg.
Seventh and final leg. Timothy to throw first. Game on.
Doing
140.
a last leg decider with the importance, like on this fixture, you're thinking just get a turn, and when that first dart goes in the treble, it just really settles you into the rest of the shot.
100.
Whereas for Jacob, that'll feel more like relief when you get it with the last one. Does make a difference in which order you actually get the positive darts.
81.
A wince from Gwyn as he deviates from the requisite target.
35.
Massive advantage here to Timothy Verbrugghe.
$44.
Needs a couple of trebles.
41.
Finds himself in big trouble now, not just in the leg, but the fixture. Not just in the fixture, but in regards to the qualification.
100.
Timothy could be coming from absolutely nowhere to put himself in the mix.
$80. Timothy the car, 136. $100.
Puts himself on the brink. All that Gwyn can now do is try and rattle his cage with a biggie.
100. Timothy the car, 36.
But no biggie. Thinking. Splitting. Hitting.
Shot on the match. Timothy Verbrugghe.
Timothy Verbrugghe gets a job done against Jacob Gwyn, who will be really disappointed. He's lost all 3 of his matches today, and his chances of reaching finals night are sinking fast. As for Verbrugghe, he is right in the race. He joins Jamie Kelling on 8 points, and he will now be hoping that the already qualified Adrian Gray continues to win as he takes on Kelling after the break. Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series. We'll give you a reminder of where things stand in Group C. Adrian Gray, well, he stands on top of the table, having won all of his matches so far. 7 wins from 7, 14 points, and he is qualified for finals night. Jamie Kelling hoping to join him. He is the next best on 8 points. He has a game in hand on Timothy Verbrugghe in 3rd place on the same amount. However, that game in hand is against Adrian Gray. It's about to get underway. Adam Mould on 6. He plays Lisa Ashton, looking to get to 8, and Jacob Gwyn just behind them on 6, having lost all of his games so far today, including the one to Verbrugghe before the break. So if Gray can carry on the winning run, it keeps them all very tightly bunched, and Matthew Egger's prediction of a leg difference separation for that 2nd place looks the most likely outcome. But if Kelling can win, then he will have an outright hold on that position.
Before a dart was thrown today, Jamie Kelling said he wants Adrian Gray to beat everyone except him. Well, so far, those wishes, those thoughts, those prayers have been answered. But now it's in his own hands to see if he can do the job against Adrian Gray, the job that no one's been able to do so far.
First. Game on.
Kelling has claimed victory in both of his games. 4-1 against Lisa Ashton and the same scoreline against Jacob Gwyn. And Adrian Gray did survive a
60.
match dart against Adam Mould.
$95. $140. $45.
Gray looking at matching the record, of course, set by Richard North, winning every Group C game.
44.
It's been a week so far, hasn't it, of records being teased. Reece Robinson looking at
100.
going through the card without dropping a leg last night. That was a possibility after a couple of fixtures, with Shane McGurk on for breaking the perfect Group
60.
A campaign. It's like every group's had that one player that's not just stood above the group, but potentially above the whole series.
$140. Educa 81. $75.
Missing opportunities here. Spoke about being a perfectionist yesterday, Adrian Gray, and he won't be happy to have given Kelling this chance, although that's a slip. He now is on the same double as Adrian Gray, and now he can't finish. Can Gray do
No score.
what Kelling couldn't?
Adrian Car 6.
This is one of those doubles that's an ideal one for the flat-lying player.
Game shot on the first leg. Adrian Gray.
You just miss outside. It actually helps the next start rather than be a bit of a hindrance. What we were talking about yesterday, where
Second leg.
adopting
Adrian
that
to throw
angle will
first.
benefit
Game
you
on.
in some areas of the board and will hurt you in others.
Kelling will be kicking himself,
140.
having messed up that 57. But then kicks into action in the very next visit.
$96. $100.
Been really impressed with the 180 hitting of Jamie Kelling. 17 so far.
When he puts them on that top wire like that, it just looks inevitable.
180.
18 so far.
59.
The
Jamie
two-
Nuttall 41.
in this leg, helping him down to 41 after just 9. As he hits a 9 for double 16. Now double 8.
No score.
Well, he's done it again.
Adrian Nuttall 120.
Nothing wrong with the scoring. But the finishing, that's another fine mess you've got yourself into.
This would hurt. After back-to-back maximums, it's not going to go. He's lost the opportunity on the first start, which will really ease in and
44.
settle
Nuttall,
Jamie
41.
Kelling. You don't want to be watching your opponent having a dart at the double in that situation.
Game shot in the second leg. Jamie Kelling.
This time Kelling clinches the leg, cancels out the breaker throw, and levels the match at 1 apiece.
Third leg, Jamie to throw first. Game on. $57. $100. $60.
You mentioned a couple of times already, is it 4 180s in matches, Jamie Kelling? Record for a player
83.
is actually 7 in one game, a best of 7 game. And it's a shared record. Josh Payne and Mark Dubbridge have both managed it.
100.
You wouldn't even think it'd be possible, would you, in a best of 7 to it? 7 180s. I don't think that's going to be beaten.
60.
I'm pretty sure when Mark Dubbridge did it, he didn't hit one in the last leg.
$140.
The most in a match combined. Chris Gilliland and Luke
98.
Littler.
Jamie Nuttall 144.
It was Payne in that match against Andy Jenkins. Aaron Monk, Jason Askew a long time ago, back in the Southampton days. 9 in those matches.
60. Adrian Nuttall 160. $60. Jamie Nuttall 84.
Well, both times he's been on a finish. The first time he's had a go at it, he's kind of made a mess. But that
shot on the
is
third
nice
leg.
and
Jamie
clean
Kelling.
from Kelling.
He had a plan at the start of the day, and he's executing the plan to perfection.
Fourth leg, Adrian to throw first. Game on.
And that plan also involved other results going his way. It involved Adrian Gray beating the rest, and it's all going perfectly so far for Kelling.
60. $100. $100.
He's through now. I'm sure he'll know that Adrian Gray. Will he be? Obviously, you can see he's competitive. Will he now be focusing on that record remaining unbeaten? It's a nice thing to take into finals night, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And
100.
you often sit and think maybe it doesn't make too much of a difference for the players, but it really does. You want to win everything you can. You don't want to be losing in anything,
180.
especially to someone who you may have to come back up against and play, like Jamie Kelling. You need to show him that he can hit all the maximums he
81.
wants. It's not going to bother you. A third maximum in this game for Kelling. Takes his total to 19 for the group.
43.
And he could be
Adrian
pulling
Nuttall,
away from
160.
Gray here. May have to take out the 160 to reel Kelling back in. And that's not going to happen. He's all over the place suddenly.
35. Jamie Nuttall 38.
Good performance from Kelling, who knew that the problem was that he was too erratic yesterday. You don't know what happened in the middle, he said, choosing to split after the first start,
Game shot on the fourth
and it
leg.
proving to
Jamie
be
Kelling.
the correct decision. 3-1 lead for Kelling.
Fifth leg, Jamie to throw
Adrian
first.
Gray
Game
now
on.
at risk of losing for the first time, but also the rest of the field, the chasing pack, at risk of falling behind because Kelling is going to tighten his grip on
100.
second place.
One out of them, Folksy. $41. $60.
Said when Adrian Gray was playing his last game, if Adam Mould could have
100.
got the job done, it would have been like a bonus, a handicap, being the only player to have beat Adrian Gray. Well, that might be something that's going to come the way of Jamie Kelling here, which could be the big deciding
100.
factor here in who goes through in that second place.
Yeah, it'd be even better for him now because he knows that whatever happens in
60.
Mouldy's match with Lisa Ashton next, he'll have that second place on points after 3 rounds of fixtures today and 8 in total.
45.
And he will want to be boosting his leg difference as well because his last match he's against Adam Mould. So if Mould is 2 behind him, but Kelling gets far enough ahead on leg difference, then
135.
you might not have to
Adrian
worry
Kelling,
about that game.
156. $44. Jamie O'Carr, 65.
65 then to inflict the first defeat of the group on Adrian Gray,
Game shot on the match,
and
Jamie
Kelling claims a win, one that could be enormous in the context of this group. It will not affect Gray's progress. It does end his unbeaten record, but more pertinently, Jamie Kelling tightens his grip on second place and has the best chance of qualifying alongside the man he's just beaten by 4 legs to 1. Coming next, Adam Mould looking to respond when he takes on Lisa Ashton. And so, over to Adam Mould, who needs to respond in this match against Lisa Ashton, to that victory for Jamie Kelling against the league leader Adrian Gray. He was undefeated before that one got away. Before this one gets away, Paul Hinks is just going to finish his little story. And then we'll get on with the dart, shall we? Mould, having lost his last game to Adrian Gray. It could have been him, couldn't it? He missed a dart to beat him. And now he finds himself just playing to stay in this race, really. A win would take him to 8 points, level with
First leg,
Timothy
Adam, to
Verbrugghe,
throw
who
first.
plays Jamie Kelling in the next match.
Game on.
It would be in the weird scenario where he's actually hoping not to move up the table in the next couple of games. He's hoping to get level on points with Verbrugghe for now, but he'll want Verbrugghe to beat Kelling and go
81.
2 points ahead of him again, because it would keep Kelling 2 points ahead rather than an almost unassailable fort.
41.
He needs a lot to happen. He's in a very messy place right now, is Adam Mould, but there's still hope. There's still an opportunity. There's still a chance.
100.
And the best and only thing he can do, really, is try and win his fixtures with the biggest margin possible to give himself the best possibility.
97.
He's taking on a player here in Lisa Ashton, who has only picked up 2 victories so far. And that is across her entire week.
125.
One of them came yesterday, and the second victory came on Monday. Both of them against
45.
Timothy, who is going to be cheering on in the next game.
$133.
Decent enough start from Mould here, 62 after a dozen.
83. Out of your car, 62.
Double 16.
Getting shot on the first leg. Adam Mould.
Mould gets it 1 in 14 darts.
Second leg, Lisa to throw first. Game on.
The Mould hold. And Lisa Ashton back at the 19s.
57.
Well, it's really unfortunate not to record a treble with those darts, so tightly grouped.
$43. $79. $30. $123. $115.
Good cover shooting, good recovery there from Adam Mould, who found things a little bit tricky around the treble 20 area.
45.
The opening of this leg. Don't think he's going to adopt the same strategy as Lisa Ashton, who's
60.
quite regularly starting down on the 19s.
He'll be a little frustrated. He needs to avoid getting embroiled in a battle in this game.
95.
Had such a strong opening leg. Can imagine the frustration at being second best in this one.
96. Lisa Carr 102.
Went for the treble 14, missed.
49. Adam your car 157.
She will return for 53.
93. Alicia Carr 53. $43. Out of your car,
More troubles on the
64.
doubles. It plagued her across the first 3 days. Did massively improve yesterday. It seems like the double woes are back again for Lisa Ashton.
Game shot on the
She does
second
not
leg.
get
Adam Mould.
a second bite at the cherry. Adam Mould feels he's stolen that leg. A touch of the apologetic reaction
Third leg
there
Adam to
from
throw
Mouldy.
first. Game on.
But it's a leg that he vitally needs.
$58.
Just got to keep the composure.
58. $100.
Lisa Ashton was head in hands at the back of the stage. Must be so frustrating when you know what you're capable of. And when that frustration's there, you tend to get things like the bounce outs, the fallouts, the deflections. I seem to notice them so much more.
100.
She will have 2 more fixtures to play.
45.
The conclusion of this game. Jacob Gwyn she'll be taking on in our final fixture.
58.
She also got Adrian Gray, the man top of the table, who hasn't confirmed yet as the group winner, but would do if he was to defeat Lisa Ashton.
25. $105.
Well, I'm assuming that wasn't aimed at a treble 16.
54. Out of your
Lisa
car,
Ashton
80.
losing that control of that dart completely. And Adam Mould has total control of the match.
60. $59. Out of your car, 20. No score. Alicia Carr, 146.
She can use the 19s if she wanted to on the 146, but opted to go back up to the 20s, and nothing just coming easy at the
60.
moment to Lisa Ashton. It's
Out of your
all
car,
just
20.
effort and difficulty at the moment.
Getting
And
shot on the third leg.
Adam Mould making it no easier. Puts himself a leg away from a 4-0 victory that he would vitally need if he's going to
Fourth
keep
leg
any
reaches the throw
hopes
first. Game on.
of qualifying through this Group C.
Yeah, a healthy win though it would be.
67.
Good for the leg difference. But you're still going to be looking for favours. Jamie Kelling's remaining matches are against Timothy Verbrugghe and Adam Mould
85.
himself. The worst case scenario for him is Kelling absolutely demolishes Verbrugghe and gets so far ahead in leg difference that
25.
it's either impossible or at least improbable that he can turn it around in their last match.
$100. $40.
A long week for Lisa Ashton. She'll be glad when it
100.
gets to the end of the week. She can have a week off before the women's series kick-starts. Be some
95.
mighty fine competition going on for those women's series titles as the women's game continues to grow and grow.
140.
Not just in regards to the entry numbers nowadays, the increased dedication due to the opportunities
59.
that are presenting
Adam
themselves.
76.
Seeing the increased standards throughout the whole game. But this game goes on no more. It's another defeat for Lisa Ashton, who it's been a torrid week. She's really been struggling through with that injury, but Adam Mould taking advantage of the situation. He gets the points and keeps himself in contention. But coming up next, Jamie Kelling takes on Timothy Verbrugghe.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where it's all about finishing second place now in Group C, and Jamie Kelling is a man who occupies that position, as you can see there. He's looking to join Adrian Gray in qualifying for finals night, and a win here would really put him on the brink of doing that. He'd move 4 points clear of Adam Mould with victory. Mould has just beaten Lisa Ashton 4-0, and if Kelling can see off Timothy Verbrugghe, it would mean that it would just be Kelling and Mould battling it out, and they do play each other in their last match today. A win, though, for Verbrugghe would keep it a 3-horse race, as he would join Kelling on 10 points. So for Timothy, it is do or die in this one. Kelling can claim it. It's all in his own hands, and that is a position that he'll be really happy with after what was an indifferent day yesterday. A win at the beginning, a win at the end, and then 3 defeats in the middle. But it's 3 wins from 3 today for Jamie Kelling. Verbrugghe was beaten in his opening match by Adam Mould, but has bounced back by winning his last 2 to keep himself in contention. and could yet be a thorn in the side of the Andover ace.
First leg, Jamie to throw first. Game on.
So in summary, we're none the wiser. 8 laps of fixtures in, the only thing we know is that Adrian Gray is confirmed as
45.
going to be joining Shane McGurk.
Kelling could actually still win the group. It would mean Gray would have to
100.
lose another 2 matches, and his next is against Lisa Ashton, who has had a difficult week. So you would think that Gray would get that wrapped up as well.
96.
Timothy's going to have to do it the hard way if he's going to be the one that takes second place. He'll have to beat Kelling and Gray before now and the end of the session.
140. 96. 81.
Kelling currently 2 points
180.
clear of Mould and his opponent in this one. Plenty of times he's put 3 points in the treble 20 bed. He's also 2 legs better off than
100.
Adam Mould,
Jamie
so if
O'Connor,
he does win
84.
this one heavily, he will pile the pressure on Mould in his next match against Jacob Gwyn to do the same. Ball.
50. Timothy O'Connor, 80.
Another one for tops. To break the throw in the opening leg and keep his
40.
hopes alive.
Jamie O'Connor, 34.
But choices here for Jamie Kelling. Does he go straight for it? Does he split? Opts go straight for it, but the way his darts lie, this could become a problem, especially now. He's going to have to move round. He shuffles to the right.
Game shot on the
What
first
a
leg.
dart.
Jamie Kelling.
Literally had the bottom right corner there and squeezes it into the bed.
Second leg, Timothy to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, seldom
140.
even attempted, never mind hit. Double 17, but Kelling had no trouble on it. Having said that, we saw it an awful lot last week with Connor Scutt
121.
starting legs on it in the double trouble event.
Every time Jamie Kelling gets that first dart
100.
in the treble 20 and it's off the bottom wire, you just expect he's going to hit a 180.
78.
Well, it's a great weapon to have because it just means he's going to get so many more chances to win legs. Much more consistent
100.
day for Kelling on Friday.
$92. Timothy O'Connor, 161. 40.
If Verbrugghe is beaten here, he won't be able to catch Kelling. It would also confirm Jacob Gwyn's departure from the tournament, although that's seemingly inevitable
60.
anyway.
Timothy O'Connor, 121.
The bullseye here,
96.
not found.
Jamie O'Connor, 150.
Kelling not the kind to try anything special and silly here.
39. Timothy
Just something
O'Connor,
special,
25.
and it looks a little bit silly, the old Robin Hood. That was right in the ring on his stem.
Game shot on the second leg. Timothy Verbrugghe.
I do often think when Paul
Third leg,
Hinks is
Jamie to throw first. Game
calling
on.
in a leg for Timothy, it sounds like he's asking for a cup of tea.
Every time he gets the treble 20 off the bottom wire, you just expect it to go in. That's his 21st maximum of his Group C campaign.
78.
Every time it does go in. Like now, 180. Oh, Jamie.
85.
It wasn't quite the perfect one, was it? It was over to the right-hand side. But yeah, when it's at the top of that bed, he just uses the angle of his darts.
60. $115. $97. Jamie Car 121. $53. $44. Jamie Car 68. $66.
Well, this could get a little bit awkward. He's ended up in the madhouse. There's no room for error.
70.
The double one.
Jamie Car 2.
1 up, 1 in, they say down the local.
No score. Timothy Car 152.
It is really fraught with danger.
$60.
Just wants a
Jamie
marker
Car
right
2.
above the top wire. Jamie Kelling.
Getting shot on the third
Bit
leg.
like
Jamie
that.
Kelling. Fourth leg Timothy to throw first. Game on.
And he enjoyed it. Probably is just
60.
about. Maybe the bullseye beats it, but other than that, the most celebrated double for darts players, double one.
60.
One that I don't know if any player actually enjoys it, just because of the ruthless nature of it. It is literally hit or miss. At least for other things, you've got the breakdown and the splits, and
60.
you still always got a bit of an opportunity when you're missing inside. But this one, I'd be so careful. That's why a lot of people like to put that
100.
marker in the 1 up, 1 in strategy. Make sure you get the range right of the throw.
$100.
Timothy has shown his battling qualities
100.
this week. He's been a fighter. Real steeliness about him. The poker-faced Belgian.
100. $180.
There's not much he can do about that.
Jamie Kelly making his move. He's hit a lot of 180s, but that might be the best
100.
timed
Jamie
one
McCann,
so
61.
far.
Double 18 becomes double 9
$43. Timothy McCann,
Anguish.
81.
for Kelling, who hopes that Verbrugghe gives him another chance. That's what he wants. The ball
34.
couldn't find it, so
McCann,
Kelling
18.
comes back for a big break.
$9. Timothy McCann, 47.
Did all the hard work, got himself the opportunity. Wasn't able to take it, but this was a problem that plagued Timothy in the early part of the week. Missing those big single numbers means he's had to burn a dart to get to the
Getting shot on
double,
the
but he only
fourth
needs
leg.
one when he
Timothy
gets
Verbrugghe.
there. Pain for Jamie Kelling.
Well, I
Looks
haven't
like
seen
Jamie
that
to
before
throw
this
first.
week.
Game on.
Timothy Verbrugghe actually cracking a smile. Really has had a game face on the whole time he's been here. Rocked up in Group A on Monday, only managed to win one match. It looked like it would be a long week for him. Improved that by winning
81.
2 on Tuesday. Added another, winning 3 on Wednesday. But then only 2 yesterday.
85.
And 2 so far today from 3. Could end up being his most fruitful day, but in the end, it might just be a bridge too far. Winning this match, though, gives him a chance.
26. $134.
If he does win, he'd be on 10 points
46. Jamie Carr
with Jamie Kelling.
$65. 60. Jamie Carr 96.
Well, he's got a lot more time on his side this time round.
$79.
Going to need at least another visit here. But completely outscoring his opponent. Just gives you that
52.
luxury of time. He's got another
Jamie
6
Carr,
darts if he
17.
needs them.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Jamie Kelling.
Firmly in the driver's seat here, Jamie Kelling.
6th leg. Timothy to throw first. Game on.
Apparently, 17 was only taken out once in the previous series. He's been taken out twice in a couple of days here.
180.
That was according to our boffins behind the scenes who've got too much time on their hands.
96. $59.
Well, you were saying this earlier. Oh,
120.
every time one goes in, 2 follow, and 2 did follow. But 1 fell back out.
Just caught the flight on the way through that just took a bit of pace off the dart. Didn't allow it to fully penetrate the board.
98.
The dart has to be retrieved in the steel tip game. This was an electronic dartboard or soft tip. Would have
96.
still counted.
Timothy Carr 164.
Oh, this would be good.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Timothy
What a
Verbrugghe.
finish that is from Timothy Verbrugghe. Matches Adam Mould as the top finish of the group, and he smiles again. He's got a right to smile. He's in this. He's in the mix. And that is a warning sign to Jamie Kelling. And a welcome result, potentially,
100.
for Adam Moult.
And of course, certainly for Verbrugghe himself, who can keep himself in the mix. Suddenly, he's lifted his game to new levels. The 164 for a dozen
140.
darter. And is there a big twist in this tail? It looked like Kelling was going to clean up.
140.
But now, Verbrugghe given him plenty to think about.
95.
5 points between them after 6 starts apiece.
$55.
No treble there for Jamie. Is the tungsten tide turning? Oh, that's brutal.
23.
In a last leg shootout as well to lose a dart to the floor. Maybe it's written in the stars here for Jamie Kelling and his plan of going through the card.
100.
It's arguable as well that he shouldn't have even been aiming at that target. The trip to the 19s would have given him a better chance of leaving a finish.
83.
And if this finish goes, then Verbrugge's hopes will be gone. It won't go. It will be left-handy.
74. Timothy
So
Carl,
unless
160.
Timothy can follow a 164 with a 160, then the Belgian will be beaten and eliminated from contention for finals night.
100. Jamie Carl, 32.
Kelling has won all of his matches so far.
No score.
But he's
Timothy
caught
Carl,
that
60.
flight, diverted that dart into the double. How big could that be? Double 10.
50. Jamie Carl,
And he can't get
52.
over the line either.
Well, he's just hit the double 16. He'll want to hit it with the first dart this time.
Getting shot on the match.
That will
Jamie
do. Kelling is clear of Timothy Verbrugghe, who now cannot get higher than Kelling. A big hug for Paul Hinks. Will he be celebrating come the end of the day, Jamie Kelling? He's put himself in pole position to take that second spot along with Adrian Gray. Adam Mould now the only man that can stop him, and he is in action next. He's going to face Jacob Gwyn after this break.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, where things are really starting to take shape here now in Group C, and we're starting to come to the peak of the mountain. We know Adrian Gray is going through. Jamie Kelling has got a foot through the door, but he can still be halted. Adam Mould still got 2 games to play, still can reach 12 points and take this to legs. It did look, by the reaction of Jamie Kelling, certainly having a celebratory cuddle with Paul Hinks, that maybe he thought the job was done when he beat
First leg,
Timothy
Jacob to throw
Verbrugghe.
first. Game on.
He's got one last bullet to dodge, that in the form of Adam Mould. Jacob Gwyn's chances have evaporated as the day has gone on. He started the day
60.
in that qualification place, but he has slipped through the table as he has not been able to pick up a victory from any of his 3 games so far. If he can stop that, if he can break the mould, Jamie
131.
Kelling will go through.
Well, that
180.
will help. Gwyn with something of a Jamie Kelling
50.
impersonation there. He has been the maximum man in this group.
$57.
Quick question for you. Do you
One out of
think that
40.
Jamie Kelling actually thought he was already through at the end of that previous match?
Absolutely, yeah. Saying at the point where he gave Paul Hinks the cuddle, I think he thought it was done, but if Adam Mould wins this, and if he wins it with a couple of legs, it literally will just be a straight shootout between
43.
Adam Mould and Jamie Kelling.
If Mould wins this match, as Matt just mentioned, say 4-2, for example,
28. Jacob Ducal 160.
then any win against Kelling would be enough in the decider. In fact, actually, I think 4-3 would be the same scenario because he would have
144.
one more legs than Kelling. Leg difference swing is fine on 4-2, but yeah, one leg might even be enough. He won't be thinking about the margin of victory. All he cares about is the victory.
104. Jacob Ducal 24.
And he is playing a player here in Jacob Gwyn who knows his fate already and is playing with freedom.
I'm going to ask you another question. Get into the mindset of a darts player in a moment,
18. Adam Ducal 40.
but we'll see if Mould can break immediately after Gwyn squandered 3 darts at double.
$20. Jacob Ducal 6.
Big frustration for Adam Mould. He had a chance to capitalise on the opportunity that's presented itself.
Game shot on the first leg. Jacob Gwyn.
And that leg for Jacob Gwyn is also a tick in the box of Jamie Kelling.
Second leg Adam to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, the question I was going to ask is if it is true, if Kelling actually does think he's through now, then Mould wins and he
125.
then realises before they play that he wasn't and he's got to win that match. What could that do to his mind and his preparation?
I think he'll know straight away, because what he'd have done is he'd have come off the stage, he would
36.
have walked back, and you'd have just asked for confirmation on the way through to the players' marshal. He'd have just said, "That's me in now, isn't it?" And then they'd have just confirmed that he wasn't. At that point, he'd have just
140.
got back, and the preparation will start now, just to be ready for Adam Mould if Mouldy can navigate his way past Jacob Gwyn.
59.
Gwyn beat him yesterday 4-3.
134.
Will be determined not to have a winless day today. It might end up being a quite frustrating day if he wins his last couple of matches and
96.
maybe even gets
Adam
himself
Ducal,
into third
102.
place. Just looking at moments, aren't you, over the last 2 days where one result could have turned in your favour. This match may turn in
He's
Adam
on the
Mould's
second
favour.
leg,
That's a
Adam Mould.
very good leg of darts. Every single visit a three-figure score, including the 102 checkout to win
They'd
it.
like Jacob to throw first. Game on.
Just like a good look around the arena, doesn't he, Adam Mould, in between visits and legs? I wonder what he'd do with the place.
81. $81.
You do get players that like to take in the surroundings. I remember when Graham Usher was here. He had a very good look around
96.
the arena. He could probably tell you how many slats are across the roof. He spent that much time looking at it.
Yeah, the Series 1 runner-up, Graham Usher.
58.
Very, very good darts player. Hasn't really clicked as a tour card holder. He'd be welcome back with open arms at the Super Series should he not manage to keep hold of
100.
it. Great guy, the gambler from Scarborough. Another top Yorkshire
80.
talent. We've been talking a lot about the growing amount of talent in that part of the country.
$60.
Represented here by Jacob Gwyn. Who's looking to do what Timothy Verbrugghe did in the
60.
previous match and
Jacob
take out
Carr,
164.
We've seen it twice. Already say Adam Mould did it to win a match earlier on today.
96.
Yeah, Gwyn also missed the bullseye for it, didn't he? Earlier on.
100.
But it's
Jacob
68
Carr,
to regain the lead in this one. He must have gone for double 18, sort of safely
32.
there, I think.
Adam Carr, 122.
And then the second dart should have been in the single 18, but missed the target. For a moment, I thought he was actually going 18 bull. It seemed very uncharacteristic for him to do that.
82.
Conan
Jacob Carr,
Whitehead would have
36.
done it, but can't imagine that from Jacob Gwyn.
I think my favourite part of that shot was Adam Mould's face, which was just absolutely
Yeah, he's
puzzled
on the
by
third
the
leg. Jacob
situation.
Gwyn.
That one, a lot more simpler and conventional from Jacob Gwyn.
We have seen that route from some players
Both
trying
like
to
Adam to throw first. Game on.
sort of go for the single, but right on the edge, and if it drops in the double, it's lovely for double 16.
58.
It's very rare. Remaining matches, Adrian Gray against Lisa Ashton.
68.
And then that potential winner takes all bout between Mould and Kelling. Of course, Mould has to win this one for that to come to pass. Verbrugghe faces Gray, and Gwyn ends his
96.
day against Ashton.
$96. $60.
And remember, tonight we will be back from 10 p.m. with
100.
the conclusion of Group B, led by Rhys Robinson, who won all of his matches last night, followed by Johnny Barnes, Nathan
60.
Girvan, Richard North, and bottom of the table, Bhav Patel, who didn't win any of his matches on his first outing here.
$140. $134. Jacob Carr, 97. Game shot on the fourth
Oh,
leg.
that's a
Jacob
lovely
Gwyn.
finish from Jacob Gwyn, who's doing Kelling's work for him here. One more leg,
Fifth leg, Jacob to throw first. Game on.
and this group will be over in terms of qualification for finals night.
Wonder if Kelling
100.
would give Jacob Gwyn a cuddle for helping him get through.
Players still playing for financial gain, of course. The higher you
100.
finish, the more prize money you get. And at the moment, Gwyn can finish in any one of three positions: fifth, fourth, or third.
96.
But qualification for finals night and the chance to get to Champions Week can
96.
only go to two players from this group. And if Gwyn wins one more leg in this match, then Jamie Kelling will be the one joining Adrian Gray in qualifying.
$57.
Oh,
165.
it's a superb setup shot from Adam Mould. And if he breaks here, then he's going to throw to force a decider.
44. Adam Bukar,
Still just scrapping for his life, isn't he?
$100.
Just have to make sure he worked out the maths there. 19 wouldn't have left him a finish. But it's back to the top of the board for Adam Mould. That double has caused him problems
Game shot
in
on the
this
fifth
game.
leg. Adam Mould.
But the double 10, no problem on this occasion. That's one of the breaks he's going to need. He's going to need to get
Sixth leg, Adam
another
to throw
break in a
first.
deciding
Game
leg.
on.
Should he be able to take it that far?
Yeah, don't mind that from Jacob, making sure that he definitely got it right. Sometimes you see players almost feeling the pressure of, oh, I've been
134.
working it out for a long time, and they just throw and get it wrong. If I was a dart player of a decent standard, I make no secret of the fact that I would stand there
60.
and pretend I didn't know what was required just to make the opponent wait.
Oh,
100.
don't forget, then you've got to do the check with the ref. Then you've got to do the pretend I can't hear the ref. Oh yeah, there's a whole sequence to it. It's a tactic that's been employed by
81.
many people over the years.
Sounds like you're speaking from some kind of experience.
180.
Well, he's back against the wall here, Adam Mould, and he's come out swinging. Looking very good now to take this to a
57.
deciding
Adam
leg.
Bukar,
He's got
87.
plenty of time on his hands. But you do feel it's in those last leg shootouts, that's where you need the maximums to come.
55. $95. Adam Bukar,
So
32.
for parity, to keep himself alive in this group, in this week, in this series,
No score.
he'll get more goes.
Well, just looking through the results of Adam Mould, he's either won the game, so got to 4 legs, or he's lost in a last leg decider. He's never not got to 3 legs minimum in any of his fixtures so
Adam
far.
Bukar, 32.
Yeah, incredible.
Game shot on the sixth leg. Adam Mould.
And once again, He gets to 3. Gwyn has a darts. Mould has the
Seventh and final
motivation.
leg, Jacob to throw first. Game on.
He's the one that could still do it. Could still get to finals night. Could still win week 1 of Series 7.
96.
Could still get to Champions Week and therefore could be the first recipient of that £25,000 winner's cheque.
$97.
Lose this leg and all that disappears.
$60. $100. $96.
Crucial exchanges
60.
coming in. And I think just based on the point that Matt Edgar was just making, Mould hasn't had much luck in this group. All those 4-3 defeats. It started with one against Jamie Kelling. It was
59.
followed by one against Jacob Gwyn. Also went down 4-3 to Adrian Gray yesterday. And today, beaten 4-3 by the same opponent.
There it is. We said in these last leg shootouts, that's where you want the big hits. That's where you need the maximums. And he saved it for the most crucial time because now he is guaranteed to be approaching the Oki with an opportunity to set us up in that straight head-to-head
82.
shootout.
WK 64.
One dart. At tops. Big, deep breath. Can Adam Mould strike gold?
44. Jacob Ducal 108.
And is that it? Is that all he's got? Is that all he gets?
I expect that he's going to be standing at the back of the stage watching, hoping. But he doesn't have to watch his opponent throw a dart at
60.
the double. He's got 3
WK
more
20.
to get the job done.
Adjustment required. Double 5.
Game
And
shot of the
Mould
match, Adam Mould.
finds it and he keeps himself in the hunt. He keeps this group alive. For Jacob Gwyn, he's still looking for his first victory of the day. But Adam Mould has given himself a chance and he set up a straight shootout with Jamie Kelling for that second spot at finals night from this group. The first was taken by Adrian Gray and he is back in action next up against Lisa Ashton. So the big match will be a battle for P2, but the man in P1, Adrian Gray, up against a player at the bottom of the table, Lisa Ashton, looking for lift-off today. One of two players without any points to their name, and she will play the other one in her final match. But can she conquer the conqueror in the pair's penultimate tie of Group C? Gray will be back tomorrow, Saturday night, finals night, 7:30, live on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel.
Game on.
It will be game on. But first, a couple more fixtures to fulfil. And to see how dominant he can be in winning the group, that is to say, if he does indeed win the group,
60.
because there is, of course, that slight possibility that he doesn't, if he is to lose his last two games.
45.
You mentioned about Lisa Ashton's torrid time in terms of wins, but it's not looked good even in regards to legs. She only won the one leg so far
85.
today, and the last game of yesterday was a defeat to 0. So in the last 4 fixtures, Lisa Ashton only been able to pick up one leg. Not a good sign
45.
for the friends, family and backers of Lisa Ashton coming into this game against Adrian Gray.
100.
Great dart. But then a wayward one.
70.
A wayward two from Lisa Ashton.
$140. 40. Adrian Carr 116. 52. 135. Adrian Carr 64.
A loss of line now on the 20s means Adrian Gray got 6 darts if he needs them.
Game shot on the first leg. Adrian
Only
Gray.
needs 3.
Doesn't need the 6 darts,
Second
but
leg,
it's
Lisa
6
to go
legs
first. Game on.
down in Minehead for our commentary colleague Scott Mitchell, who's just gone through 6-5 against Matty Denon into the
60.
last 64 of the UK Open. Well done to Scott Mitchell.
Is he the only one of our colleagues playing there?
60.
I believe he is this year. We do have a lot of players that play here at the Super Series taking part in the event.
125.
John Henderson just gone out 6-3 to Gian Van Veen.
Great player, Van Veen. Henderson, of course, the world seniors champion now. Van Veen has appeared here as well.
45.
Do we call Jared Cole one of our colleagues now? He's just gone out 6-0 to Adam Gavlas.
He has done some work behind the scenes, Jared Cole.
26.
So he can work tomorrow then.
You just look through the players that are getting through and you
100.
just think, this is like the Super Series of 2022 and 2023, and I think that's going to be a pattern moving forward, that a lot of the players
45.
you see being successful out in the events and in the UK Open will be the players you're watching here this year at the Super Series.
Yeah, well, we sort of spoke to some of the debutants,
100.
haven't we? And many have said they've seen what players have done here and then gone on to achieve after. And that's a pathway that a lot of darts players are now hoping to follow.
I think what we're doing here is bridging the gap,
60.
because I think the gap beforehand between where essentially amateur darts was and professional darts was just two completely different worlds, where this really does give you that sort of insight.
Yeah, well, if you're on the PDC progression particularly, your first
58.
match on any stage might be at Alexandra Palace in years gone by, where now you might have played plenty of games in front of cameras with the bright lights on a stage, maybe in front of a small audience here at the
42.
Super Series.
Adrian Carr,
Just that little bit
138.
better prepared.
$58. Lisa Carr, 143.
143 for Lisa Ashton, who's played on many of the big stages in World Darts, including the Ali Pali.
85. Adrian Carr, 80.
Of course, had a big win on the UK Open stage, didn't she? First woman to average over 100.
60. Lisa
Did
Carr,
the UK
58.
Open stage, but it was set up in a different building. It was set up the Arena MK, as most things were set up in that arena during the
Getting
COVID
shown on the
times.
second leg, Lisa Ashton.
And that's another leg on the board there for Lisa Ashton. The second one of the day.
Third leg, Adrian to throw first. Game on.
I did like parts of that UK Open. I like the fact that all the boards was in the same room once again. At Minehead, it's across 3 separate arenas.
Yeah, well, it used to be Lisa's hometown, didn't it? Bolton, where the old UK Open was set up like that. Did go a couple of times myself, enjoyed that.
Played there on
100.
many occasions myself, gotta say. Did really enjoy the old Reebok Stadium at Bolton. For me, that was the best UK Open venue. Unless you're on the main stage at Minehead, that's when it gets a bit different, but maybe that could be our social media topic of the day as it's UK Open season. What is people's favourite UK Open venue? There's now 3 to pick
41.
from.
Yeah, I'm with you. Bolton for me. Just a experience. I was there as a fan once and watching the main stage, and then Gary Anderson was on a 9-darter on
60.
stage 2, and everybody stopped and just started watching that, including the players that were playing on the other stages. And he did hit it.
90. $41. 95. 98.
Lisa Ashton here. An opportunity to break.
87.
Maybe the intensity just come out the game slightly here for Adrian Gray.
100. Lisa Carr, 88.
88 then for Ashton to get that leg one against the throw.
$37.
Couldn't quite manage it.
Adrian Carr, 84.
It should be more disappointed that she didn't even leave a straight 1 dart to the double. It's a dart at the ball for Adrian Gray to rescue the situation. Well,
52.
he's left a double, I suppose.
Lisa Carr, 51. $35. Adrian
And
Carr,
he will
32.
come back.
A preferred double as well for Adrian Gray.
Double 8 then. Oh, too high.
No score. Lisa Carr, 16. Getting shot on the third leg, Lisa Ashton.
Breaker throw confirmed for Lisa Ashton. Is she going to find her third
Fourth leg, Lisa to
victory
throw
of
first,
the
game on.
week?
On the UK Open subject, Adrian Gray has played in that tournament 13 times himself.
45.
Best run was his first appearance back in 2003 when he reached the last 16. beaten by Dave Smith. That
60.
was the year that Phil Taylor beat Shane Burgess in the final. As for Lisa Ashton, we mentioned
95.
that win she had against Aaron Beanie. A landmark victory for Lisa.
140.
And she herself
60.
has played in the UK Open on a couple of occasions. 2020 and 2021.
140.
Good response this from Adrian Gray. Just had his throw broken
60.
in a
Adrian Carr, 161.
disappointing performance for him in the last leg. Ended up busting, hitting the wrong double, and now he's certainly got back on the horse. He's fell off.
99. $100. Adrian Carr, 62.
Double 16 to complete the
on
combination.
the
That's
fourth leg.
nicely
Adrian
done. Yeah,
Gray.
where's it been, Adrian? That's what he's saying to himself. It's been a bit of a cruise
flag,
for
Adrian,
Adrian
to throw
Gray in this
first. Game
group.
on.
Never been under threat. What we don't know yet is who will be joining him. Jamie Kelling is in second place on 12 points. Adam Mould is in
120.
third place on 10. There are 2 legs between them in the leg difference in Jamie Kelling's favour. So that means, of course, that if Mould were to win that match by the odd leg, that leg difference would become level.
100.
But because he has won more legs than Kelling, he would end up going through. So that game is simply winner takes all.
60.
And it's coming up after this.
$41. $81. $81. $60.
I mean, I expected it, so I'm sure Adrian Gray expected that one to have gone in the treble as well. You could see the reaction. Just when you understand your own darts, as Lisa Ashton did there, knowing there was
139.
no way in to that treble 20.
She's on 40. He would have wanted a 140. He won't get one.
100. Alicia Carr, 140.
She might. Oh, doesn't want it now.
100. Adrian Carr,
A
80.
nod from Adrian Gray.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Adrian Gray.
Just squeezes that one right into the corner. You can see the relief all over the face of
6th leg Lisa
Adrian
to throw
Gray,
first.
who
Game on.
dodged an almighty scare on that occasion, but still, Lisa Ashton in there swinging with a improved performance in this one.
60.
Win here would confirm Adrian Gray as the group winner.
100.
Confirmation of winning the group for Adrian Gray will also be confirmation of a few more pounds in the pockets with the new systems in place.
100.
Yeah, more prize money for winning the group. Also, a guarantee of Saturday night prize money as well. Double bubble for
100.
Adrian Gray. And there's some treble trickery.
180.
He reacts with astonishment as he finally lands a maximum.
At the first maximum of the game.
59. Adrian Car 121.
May just come at the right time. We expect to see him start down on the 17s. This was a tactic he's done a few times this week. He's actually found it successful twice as well.
89.
The 1-2-1 finish, taking out two completely different ways.
In the end, he leaves double 16 for a 13 darter to
66. Adrian Car 32.
win the group, to seal top spot, and to see off Lisa Ashton. Between the posts,
No score.
yes, but not in the bed. Again, we spoke about seeing players that are perfectionists and not looking happy. Gray's done that when his opponent's not on a finish. Don't think there's any
83.
need for
Adrian
such a
Car
reaction.
52.
Calm down, man. Well, they won't calm him down.
92.
Lisa wanted 82 earlier in the week and went for the 92. She's not going to get a shot to get this done, so Adrian Gray has missed 6 match darts
24.
already. Gets another handful.
Adrian Car 16.
A pair of 8s. Lucky that hasn't gone in the double 11. But he
Game shot
does
in the match. Adrian Gray.
finish the job, and he does win the group. Gray takes top spot in Group C, and we will see him on Saturday at the Super Series. A 4-2 success over Lisa Ashton, who's been rooted to the bottom of the table. She'll get one more chance to win a game today when she faces Jacob Gwyn in her last match. Gray will face Timothy Verbrugghe, but the big one is coming next. Winner takes all. They join Adrian Gray at finals night. Will it be Mould? Will it be Kelling? Find out after the break. Welcome back. Just 3 games to go here at the Super Series in Group C. And the first of them, Adam Mould against Jamie Kelling. Kelling has been on a great run today, as you can see. He has won all 4 of his fixtures so far. Mould went down to Adrian Gray earlier on, but he's won the other 3, including a comeback win against Jacob Gwyn a couple of games ago. And that means now that the table looks like this. Kelling in second spot, 2 points clear of Mould. Remember, the top 2 go through. Gray is already through. He's won the group. But if Mould wins this match, he'll not only join Jamie Kelling on 12 points, he'll actually leapfrog him and pinch that place away. This is all or nothing. Winner takes all. A straight shootout for the Saturday showdown at the Super Series. Finals night beckons for one of this pair. But which one will it be? Andover's Jamie Kelling or the ADC qualifier Adam Mould, both who have won weeks at the Super Series before. We will find out over the best of 7 legs in the company of myself, Chris Murphy, and Matthew Edgar.
All comes down to this. They've been playing for an opportunity like this to present itself, where you've got the game in your hands and you can book yourself a place through, essentially.
Game on.
They've played the tournament, and this is the final. How important will this advantage of having the throw be for Adam Mould,
60.
a player who has gone the distance in pretty much all of his games so far?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Great statistic. In his previous match, he's always got to 3 legs. He's either
60.
won or lost 4-3. And that's why that legs won column has come into play and given him this chance. If he wins this match 4-3, they'll be level on points and leg difference. But Mould will have won more
96.
legs because of those close defeats. A reason and a lesson to all darts players out there to never
140.
throw in the towel.
And he was 3-1 down, wasn't he, against
59.
Jacob Gwyn?
Yeah, had to watch Gwyn go to the board with an opportunity to beat him in that last leg decider as well.
55.
And then he went out last dart in hand after missing I think it was 5 darts for the match at that point.
55.
When the pair clashed yesterday, it was actually the best performance of the group, wasn't it, from Jamie Kelling? A 4-3 win, an average of over 103. The only 3-figure average
93.
we've seen in this group.
$135. Jamie Nuckow, 153. $87. Adam Nuckow, 96.
This is only for a hold. And he went the double-double route. Kelling has a big chance to break
80.
now.
Jamie Nuckow, 66. Game shot on the first leg. Jamie Kelling.
Cashes it in. Came here with a plan. He came
Second
here
leg,
with a
Jamie to
focus
throw
and a
first. Game
purpose.
on.
And so far, it has all gone according to the plan that he set up for himself. That was to go through the card today. Hope that
60.
Adrian Gray did his part. It's all just... It's as if he had a crystal ball or something.
180.
That was unforeseen for Kelling.
$140.
Well, to make it count, we'll have to back it up.
$85.
Anger etched on Adam's face.
84. 92.
Really enjoying this game too. Really determined characters here.
177.
Showing us what every moment means to them. And that, a monstrous visit there from Jamie Kelling. But it might not mean anything.
132.
What a time that would have been. What a finish it would have been.
40.
Especially after the pressure pilot. The 177 set up from Kelling. Mould misses double 12 for a magical finish. And then Kelling clinches a leg on tops.
Third leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
That's what you want to see. Not stood shaking the head. Not moping around, going, why's always
42.
me? Going in there to fight harder.
And he could be forgiven for thinking that, because once again, Kelling's averaging 3 figures against him.
60. 140. 140.
If you just go down here, the only matches that Adam Mould would have lost today would have been against the two qualifiers, Adrian Gray and Jamie Kelling. But
118.
for Kelling, they were the only matches Adam needed to lose. As you said, that's what he said.
83.
Hope Adrian Gray wins every match, apart from the one against me.
$134. 134. Out of the car, 67. Game shot on the third leg.
Well,
Adam
that
Mould.
just gives Mould a foothold in the game.
Fourth leg, Jamie to throw first. Game on.
And what a game it is. The standard is right up there with the best we've seen in this group.
60.
Both men averaging around the 98 mark.
91.
Kelling will, I was going to say, surely surpass the
101.
100, because all day when he's been putting a dart like that in the treble 20, 2 more have followed.
$137.
But it's Mould who moves into 3 figures after that 2 treble turn. Well, here we go, here we go.
140.
Only 140, and that could actually matter. The 180 would have put him on a finish.
96.
Oh, awkward. Should be looking at Bull here.
33. 99. Jamie Carr 167.
Won't go. So Adam Mould's got a chance here to
42.
level up the game, get
Adam
that
Carr,
breaker throw
78.
back and install himself as favourite for this match.
$38.
Can't get near.
Jamie Carr 125.
Kelling could pop the cork on a champagne shot. Wow, that's lucky. That's lucky. Treble 20. And the Bull. Oh, that would have really hurt
95.
Adam Mould.
Out of your car, 40.
Went for the 25, snuck into the 15 and almost managed to complete the finish. Double top for Mould, still a distance away. That's the same dart as last time.
20. Jamie O'Carr, 30.
There's mistakes and there's fatal mistakes, and that could be a fatal one for Adam Mould and his chances.
Getting shot on the fourth leg, Jamie
And
Kelling.
Adam's antics suggest that he knows it. Agitated, angry, frustrated,
Looks like Adam to
animated.
throw first, game on.
Jamie Kelling remains businesslike, focused on finals night.
$82. $60.
This sometimes when you try reading into the games a little bit, a bit of a false sense of security almost when you're 3-1 up in the situation your opponent's got the throw in 2 of the 3 legs. Almost really pressurises the
100.
6th leg.
One under the
Wow.
leg.
Wow. Back to back 180s from Adam Mould. 3 in this tie.
One under the leg.
And now JK's in on the
59.
act. This crucial contest has caught
Getting
light.
shot on the fifth leg.
And that
Adam Mould.
is the leg of the match. Indeed, the leg of the day. The leg of the group. 11 darter
Six
from
leg
Adam
Jamie to
Mould
throw
as he
first,
clings
game
to
on.
contention, but now he needs to find a break of throw.
$96. $91.
The way that Jamie Kelling's 180s hitting has been gone is it
39.
23 maximums so far in this campaign. You would have been forgiven if you'd thought that Jamie Kelling, most 180s here, was the way to go. But he's 3-1 down in that
59.
column to Adam Mould.
$135.
Doing the right thing, really. He was ready to boil over there, Mould, but he's just taken a moment for himself.
77.
Time may be running out very, very quick here for
100.
Adam Mould. Option there potentially to have moved down to the 19s. The 132 would have been significantly easier should Adam Mould have come up and hit something strong.
93. Jamie
And
O'Carr,
maybe even the bullseye
131.
126. Also easier, but Mould makes it a moot point by not leaving a
55.
finish.
I just feel he's got potential opportunity here. 76 under this sort of environment. Never an easy going.
Well, he's going to put pressure on.
130.
Plenty
Jamie
of
O'Carr,
it.
76.
Can Kelling clinch it? It's one dart at tops.
36.
And Mould
Adam
gets
O'Carr,
his chance
51.
to stay in it. This is right in the balance.
Should be getting 2 darts. He does. Persists with tops. He's had a bit of a love-hate relationship with tops,
shot
and
on the
right
sixth
now
leg,
he
Adam Mould.
absolutely loves it. Adam Mould was 3-1 down staring the exit door, not just of the match, but of the
Seventh and
tournament.
final leg, Adam.
Now,
first.
he's
Game
throwing
on.
first to win the match.
It came down to one match. Now it comes down to one leg. And Adam Mould has the darts in the decider. And again,
100.
he keeps up that ridiculous record of getting to at least 3 legs in every single match he's played in this group. But Jamie
100.
Kelling knows just when to strike.
$58.
Adam has no answer.
$100.
This is beautiful timing here from Jamie Kelling. Adam Mould can't leave a finish from 3-4-3.
80.
That's where the switch to the 19s with that single treble 20 still leaves you 9 darts away.
45.
A little slip. An offering of optimism to Adam Mould. I think he said 1 treble then. I'm not an expert lip reader, but pretty sure that's what he said.
46.
Didn't find it.
$60.
Getting tense, isn't it? After the stellar start that Kelling made, suddenly Mould could catch him again.
Another one of those
100.
would have
Jim McCall,
really
116.
made things interesting. 1 treble needed.
1 treble found. Double 18.
98.
1
Adam
double
McCall,
missed.
117.
1 match dart missed. 1 qualification dart missed. Will Mould get one of his own?
Although it's a point more in numbers, it's the same equation, just a 1 treble required. He won't find it. But I can
93.
guarantee you, Jamie
Jimmy
Kelling will
McCall,
not be feeling
18.
too comfortable about a double 9.
Often he would split. If he goes straight for it, he just wants it over. And it
He's
is
on the
over.
match, Jamie
Kelling clinches a place at finals night after a magnificent meeting with Mould. What drama, what delights on that stage. Kelling, in the end, gets the job done. The league table will say he won it comfortably, but it didn't look it. 4 points clear of Mould in the end. But had Mould managed to win that match, he would have gone through instead. And he's been so competitive, only ever losing games by 1 leg in this entire group. So it's Kelling through with Adrian Gray, and Gray will be back in action for the last time in this group when he takes on Timothy Verbrugghe after the break. Welcome back. He's done it. Jamie Kelling through to finals night once again. When we see the league table in a little while, it looks quite comfortable. I get the sense it wasn't.
No. I said in the pre-match interview before a dart was thrown, like, I knew what I had to do. I'd take 4 wins out of 5, but luckily I managed to win all 5 today. It was in my hands, and that's what you can ask for.
Going into that last match with Adam Mould, of course, he's a couple of points behind, but he was so close on leg difference. Did you know exactly what you needed to do?
No, so we didn't know whether it come down to legs won, averages or whatever, but I thought if I just win the game, that puts all that out of the equation sort of thing. But I was lucky to get over the line, but I'm happy I did.
Yeah, if Adam had have won, he would have gone through at your expense, and he only ever lost by 1 leg as well. It just shows how competitive this group was.
Yeah, like I said before, I knew this group was going to be tough. I didn't expect anyone to run away with it. But Adrian did, and it kind of left us all scrapping for it. But I was just happy. I knew it was in my hands today, and luckily I managed to get over the line.
And the 2 meetings you've had with Adam, the first in the group and the last, the 2 best games we've seen.
Yeah, I don't know what the averages were in the last one, but I knew the first one. I think the first one, it's 103 average, and I think that made me take the foot off the gas a little bit. And stupid, you can't do that here. You'll get pounced upon, you will. But yeah, like I said, I knew what I had to do today. I was focused, and I'd done it.
Yeah, mid-90s the averages in that last game.
Good game.
Obviously through to finals night again, you've been here many times before, and I suppose if you're going to have an indifferent day, you'd rather it be 2 days before rather than 1 day before.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So last time I lost to Andy Bolton, I was 3-0 up on him, and I just missed so many darts at a double, and I made the mistake of watching it back, and honestly, it's annoying. And he went on to win the night as well, and you think, oh, that could have been me, but you've got to take your chances. But you live and learn, and it's a new day tomorrow, and I know there's good players. Reece Robinson's played fantastic darts, and obviously Adrian's played fantastic, but I'm just going to come and enjoy it, and what happens, happens. Yeah,
let's just wrap up this group by looking at the table. You ended up 4 points clear of Adam Mould. As we said, it came down to that match. Adrian Gray, he said to me actually before we started on air, I hope that Adrian wins every game apart from the one against me, and that's how it's played out.
Yeah, it's a funny old game, isn't it? I wanted him to do that, so then I knew that I had that little bit of breathing space, although I didn't really, because like you said, if I lost that last game, I'd have been out, but it was in my hands, and that's all you can ask for in darts. You don't want to rely on anyone else to pick up results for you, and lucky enough, I got the job done.
I know you're relatively local as well, so you're expecting to bring a bit of a home crowd with you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll bring a few people, don't you worry about that.
There we go. We'll let you go and celebrate. We'll look forward to it. 2 more matches to come. Jamie Kelling is safe. Adrian Gray's through with him, and he's going to take on Timothy Verbrugghe in the penultimate match.
Few people will be coming to check out Jamie Kelling tomorrow evening. They'll also be getting to see Shane McGurk, our winner of Group A, and our Group C champion, Adrian Gray, who's taking his final lap here in this group. Timothy Verbrugghe playing his final game here at the Super Series on debut. He has been mightily impressive at times as the ADC European qualifier. He's treated to some very good moments, and I do think he's another one of those players that we may see again in the future. One of those players I'll certainly be keeping an eye on, seeing the development and growth within his game over the various tours which he may be going and playing on. Big fan of that smooth throw and release.
First activity to throw first. Game on.
But the group has been all about Adrian Gray from start to finish. He's only been beaten once so far. That was
60
by the darts oracle himself, Jamie Kelling, who sort of predicted at the start of the day what he needed to happen, and it's all gone in favour.
55.
We do have one more game at the conclusion of this one. That will be Lisa Ashton taking on Jacob Gwyn, both of which
100.
will be departing us at the end of that fixture. Lisa Ashton will be hoping to pick up her 3rd victory of the week.
60.
Really good interview that, Chris, wasn't it, with Jamie Kelling? Very positive and sort of very respectfully positive as well.
Yeah, really good guy. Talks really well.
55.
Type of player that you sort of want to be an ambassador for the Super Series if he carries on getting that success and getting through to finals nights.
60.
As he mentioned as well, a few will be coming with him, so you'd be advised to quickly book your tickets. If you're a fan of one of the other players and want to neutralise the
60.
audience, then that's a good idea. If you are a fan of Jamie Kelling, dartshop.tv is a place to go.
59.
We will flash you a QR code in the next leg. So get your smartphone ready.
58. Timothy O'Carr 122.
Will that prediction come to pass that Gray wins every match apart from against Kelling?
92.
The early exchanges here are going the way of Timothy Verbrugghe.
100. Timothy O'Carr 30. 15.
But the double's not hit, so Gray gets a look at 113 for an early break.
He really has carved himself out some opportunities this week, Timothy Verbrugghe. Won't be an opportunity here for Adrian Gray. That one's passed him by with a
41.
wayward first
Timothy O'Carr
start.
15.
7 for double 4.
Game
And
shown
the
on the
first
first
leg
Timothy
is
Verbrugghe.
in the ledger. Gray just doing some swapsies,
Second leg Adrian to throw first.
or
Game
maybe
on.
just repairing some damage to some of his equipment there. Can you remember what QR stands for, Matthew?
Quick response.
60.
There we go. And a very quick response from Mr. Edgar alongside me. Yep, just scan that. Get yourself to finals night tickets available on the page that you will land
44.
on. Just a £2 booking fee. And a free night of entertainment, sporting entertainment,
60.
and arrows here at the Super Series, where Luke Littler, of course, delighted many fans. Imagine being part of that crowd that were able to say, I saw him first, before he was famous. Big
60.
news, though, from Minehead that Luke Littler has been drawn out against James Wade.
I just had a good look through the draw, actually, and I've picked out a couple of my favourite draws. I'm looking forward to, obviously, Luke Littler,
99.
James Wade. Dirk van Dijvenbode has been playing very well recently. It'd be good to see him getting back to form, taking on the world #1 and world champion Luke Humphries. Mervyn King against Ricardo Petresco could be absolute golden.
Really?
Gary Anderson, Cameron Menzies could go exactly the same way and be a very high quality affair. And Scott Williams versus
60.
Ricky Evans. If those two players just get up and have a game of 5-0-1 and whoever plays best wins, I will eat my own shoes.
42.
Quite an interesting one as well. Michael van Gerwen, Mensur Suljevic. Shades of that famous Ali Pali encounter a couple of years ago.
89.
Do get in touch, pointers in the direction of what you're looking
77.
forward to this
Adrian O'Carr,
evening.
133. 26. 29. Adrian O'Carr 107. 89. 38. Adrian O'Carr 18. Game shot on the second leg. Adrian Gray.
I was just going to say, didn't need to go for that one with Timothy back on 166, and especially with that dart being
Third
what
leg,
appeared
Timothy
to
to
be a
throw
little bit
first. Game
awkward,
on.
but he found a way around it. And a shake of the head, I think he's just a clear indication and a clear sign of all that adrenaline that he'd have been playing
79.
with just oozed out the body already.
$60.
A couple of sort of dead rubbers towards the end of the day here. Timothy Verbrugghe and Adrian Gray, who's already through.
99.
And Lisa Ashton and Jacob Gwyn, who are already out. But things could get interesting tonight. Don't expect it to be long
100.
in Group B before Rhys Robinson is confirmed as a finalist. He plays Nathan Gervin in his opener.
100 on
He
it.
plays again in Game 3. But the rest of them are going to be scrapping it out, it seems.
60. Timothy Carr, 143.
Will be interesting to see what Bab Patel turns up as well. Rhys Robinson telling us at the end of the show yesterday that he was doing some scary things in
59.
there on the practice board. It just didn't transfer across to the game.
140. Timothy Carr, 84.
Do you think the next game coming up, Jacob Gwyn's going to want to leave with a victory, leave with a bit of positivity?
$26. Adrian Carr, 141.
Yeah, been trying to hunt the treble 13 with that second dart. Gray looking for a big one here.
89. Timothy Carr, 58. Game shot on the third leg. Timothy Verbrugghe.
Are you going to take me for a brew after?
Fourth leg, Adrian to throw first. Game on.
No answer from Matthew Edgar. I'll pay.
95.
What time are we going?
$100.
I did mention earlier Scott Mitchell, who you'll hear on commentary here at the Super Series. You'll see him on the stage from time to time as well. He often mixes it up here at the Super Series as
Yeah.
well. His draw for the last 64, the fourth round of the UK Open. He's going to be taking on Premier League winner of last night, Nathan Aspinall.
140.
Just read Heta versus Whitlock as well, an all-Australian clash.
Some really good ties out there. I do think the main event clash in terms of standard, though, has to go to Michael Smith and Joe Cullen.
Oh, yeah. What a day of darts it is for Arrows enthusiasts. Just as that's finishing tonight, we will be starting 10 p.m. live on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel, and we've got Mr. Unmissable, haven't we? Mr. Highlight Reel.
136.
The man
Timothy Carr,
who was
81.
born with an aura of greatness. Yeah, Matthew Edgar is back in comms alongside me. Rhys Robinson on the hockey as well. The ball.
33.
Rhys Robinson would have
Adrian
hit
Carr,
that, you know.
32.
At least he'd have told you it would anyway.
Yeah, always good for an interview and always good for a few
No score. Timothy
magic
Carr,
moments on the
48.
hockey. Is Adrian Gray going to be thwarted here in his final game? Another? Another!
Game shot on the fourth leg. Timothy Verbrugghe.
It's been a long day.
Fifth leg, Timothy to throw first. Game on.
Do see players lose a bit of intensity when it's all wrapped up. Paul Hinks remained ever the professional, made sure it was
36.
right before the words left his mouth.
I don't think you get that with Timothy, though. He strikes me as the sort of person that does everything with intensity.
125.
You know, the sort of person who gets out the shower and goes mad with a towel.
I'm not sure I do know that sort of person, but I'll take your word for it.
123.
Get the sense that if he was a bit of a joker, you would never really know if he was being serious or telling you a joke.
100.
I was going to give a reference there, but I think it'd probably be more for Paul Nicholson talking about McBain.
125.
Yeah, it's over my head. I can confirm that.
85.
Talking about UK Open venues, what about UK Open moments? And Nicholson would feature highly on that list, wouldn't he?
Beating Phil Taylor, Gary Anderson in the same day. Remember it very, very well.
177.
Well, this game could be over in double quick time here for Verbrugghe. Adrian Gray had only lost one match before it. This could be the second, and it would be a welcome way to end a decent debut week for the ADC qualifier.
28. Timothy Ducar, 40.
4-1 if he hits this. Doesn't have to even do it in this visit.
20.
A great on no out shot.
I feel like Gray's mind's already on tomorrow night.
97. Timothy Ducar, 20. Game shot on the match.
Well,
Timothy
Verbrugghe
Verbrugghe.
wins, but it's Gray who qualifies. A 4-1 success against a group winner for Timo to sign off his week at the Super Series. Came through the ADC Europe qualifiers and had a fruitful week in the end. He takes his points tally to 10, winning half of his fixtures in Group C. There is one remaining match to play, and it's between two players who are yet to win today. Lisa Ashton and Jacob Gwyn coming up next. So one last match in Group C here at the MODUS Super Series, although I'm not sure everybody is ready for it. Lisa Ashton just holding court, it seems, with our referee Paul Hinks, who hopefully will be ready to officiate this encounter in a moment's time. It is a meeting between Ashton and Jacob Gwyn. And Lisa has the darts in this one. Neither player has tasted victory today. It's a sour end, really, for Jacob Gwyn. After winning 3 of his first 4 matches in this group, putting himself in second position going into today, but ending up second bottom in the
First leg,
group.
Lisa to throw
All
first.
experience building, though.
Game on.
And it is that war of the roses to close the curtain on Group C.
You do feel in a game like this, it probably means a lot more
59.
to Jacob Gwyn than it does to Lisa. Lisa got plenty of darts to play and plenty of stages to play on, where for Jacob Gwyn it's all about trying to make a mark, make an impact,
96.
try and be remembered. You could do that with a victory over the 4-time ladies world champion here, Lisa Ashton.
45. $100.
Did get the victory when the pair met yesterday, so positive memories, positive
28.
vibes for Jacob Gwyn in this head-to-head clash.
$135.
It's already a more positive start than what we've seen from him so far today.
$47.
Can he finish with
Jacob
some
Carl,
fireworks?
170.
170, the maximum checkout. Ain't gonna go.
134. $100. Jacob Carl, 36.
Right. Jacob Gwyn gets a go.
Getting shot on the
He
first
gets
leg.
a
Jacob
very
Gwyn.
solid first leg in his pocket. 13 darter. You've
Second
been in
leg,
that
Jacob
position
to throw
before where you're
first.
sort of
Game on.
out of a tournament and you,
Yes.
you play your best. Well, just that you've been out of a tournament.
Yeah.
But then you play your best game and you just want to do it all again.
It is a strange one, because normally when you get beaten in a
96.
tournament, you think, if I could have another go, especially those tournaments where you got a mark afterwards and you watch the game afterwards and you're thinking, oh, I want to get back in and have another go. But then
100.
actually when you get the opportunity to do so, when you're playing something like the Super Series where it's a round robin, or you're playing something like a challenge tour where you get 2 events on a day, after you've lost you really don't want to play again.
42. $45.
Gwyn will hope to come back. There are routes available,
60.
of course, for any professional, semi-professional, amateur player that doesn't have a PDC tour card.
60.
We'll see him on the Challenge Tour and Development Tour. Also ADC opportunities. That's how you can qualify for these events. So any player without a tour card, if you haven't had an invite, then book yourself
28.
in a qualifier. Go play the ADC circuit. Try and get yourself here.
60.
Adrian Gray, Jamie Kelling and Adam Mould actually all play in the same ADC region. And Mould is the regional director of that region. So he's been usurped by 2 of the players under his watch,
59.
basically, in this group. Lisa Ashton was part of the ADC women's event that was
100.
held here one Saturday afternoon. A really fun and fabulous afternoon of darts. won by Dieter Hedman.
100. Lisa car 136.
Another one of those for a dart at double eight.
128. Jacob de
This
Car
is just
116.
probably the bit Jacob Gwyn needs to find to be able to compete at this level on a consistent basis. That little bit of consistency, because he's gone out in the opening leg in 13, and then it took him 18 darts to get to a finish.
96. Lisa car 8. Getting shot on the second leg.
Gets
Lisa
a double
Ashton.
four, and then, yeah, just a little feel of the shoulder again. And you do feel for Lisa Ashton, having had to fight through the pain.
Third leg, Lisa to throw first. Game on.
And without much reward as well, that must make it even harder. Must make it hurt more in a way.
45.
You're going through all that physically, but mentally you just want a bit more. Mentally you know what you can do,
59.
and you're sort of asking for yourself or demanding something of yourself, and it just doesn't come through.
85.
With the type of issue that Lisa Ashton does have, she'll have times where she'll really struggle for a bit of feel. Almost feel like there is no arm there.
140. 30. 99.
So just 2 more sessions of darts to complete week 1 of Super Series 7. And we do have half of the field for finals night now confirmed.
100.
Shane McGurk joined by Adrian Gray and Jamie Kelling. Tonight from 10 p.m, Group B will get underway, or will resume, I should say, with Reece Robinson occupying top
45.
spot at the moment, followed by Johnny Barnes, an ADC qualifier himself, and Nathan Gervin. Richard North and Bav Patel trying to force their way through. And then finals
60.
night tomorrow,
Jamie Carroll,
7:30. Don't miss
158.
it to see who will be crowned the first weekly winner of the first full series in 2024.
80. 100. Jacob de Car 78.
To regain the lead. To re-break the throw.
58. Lisa car 81. 21. Jacob de Car 20. 'Getting shot on the third leg. Jacob Gwyn.
So Gwyn is back in front. His campaign started
Fourth leg,
with a
Jacob to
win
throw
against
first.
Lisa
Game on.
Ashton. Will it end the same way?
I think Lisa's really starting to struggle in this one
140.
more than we've seen throughout the week. That will be partly because there'll be no adrenaline left in the body, but also
60.
there's the sheer amount of darts. Really struggling for range at times. Starting to miss a lot high and low.
60.
Ending up putting a lot of shoulder into it, which is often going to start slipping into those fives.
55. 100.
Head back north at the end of the afternoon's proceedings. Lisa's enjoyed a good week and a half here at the Super Series. Was
43.
in on Saturday night watching the double trouble finale. Neil Duff actually came through Group C to take that crown. I know Shane
59.
McGurk was very dominant in Group A, but if you'd have said before the week started, finals night, Adrian Gray, Jamie Kelling, Shane McGurk, Reese Robinson as 4
100.
players that you'd expect
Jacob Car
to be there, you would say
142.
any of them could win it.
Absolutely. No out-and-out favourite amongst those. Although, I'm sure if you ask
99.
Reese Robinson, he'll let you know who it is.
$59. Jacob Car 43. Getting shot on the fourth
Another
leg.
clean
Jacob
finish
Gwyn.
there from Jacob Gwyn. Just a leg away from getting his first victory of the day. He's been knocking on the door in the last couple of
Fifth leg,
games. He
Lisa
got
to throw
to
first. Game on.
3 legs in his last game against Adam Mould. He got to 3 legs against Timothy Verbrugghe.
180.
Big smile for Jacob Gwyn, admiring the Ashton Maxi. And now saying, anything you can do,
140.
I can try.
That 180, just the second maximum Lisa Ashton's hit in her Group C campaign.
140.
Well, that would have been incredible, wouldn't it? Lisa Ashton, who struggled and stuttered through the week, teeing up the prospect of a 9-dart
100.
finish with 5 consecutive treble 20s there.
$60.
Well, Paul Hinks still hasn't found that 50 pence from yesterday, has he? Are you going to give it him back before he goes?
97. Lisa
Spent
Car
it.
121.
What can you get for 50p these days?
I was going to say 51 penny chews, but I don't think there's any 1 penny chews anymore, is there?
45. Jacob Car
Well, 150 penny chew.
164.
Is this the end? Well, earlier today we saw him go the 57-57 route.
81. Lisa Car 76.
Double 18 the target.
58.
Gwyn
Jacob Car
to win.
83.
Well, this was a leg Lisa Ashton kicked off with 5 treble 20s. 66 required. That's a loose start from Jacob Gwyn. Will not get a chance to win this match on this occasion. Will have to
43.
survive
Lisa
the
Lookar,
opportunity
18.
here. Lisa Ashton, 3 darts in her hand at double 9.
Deciding to split.
14.
But she doesn't hit.
Jacob
And
Lookar,
Jacob
40.
Gwyn can end his week on a high. Tops for the cracker. Can he find double 10?
20. Lisa Car 4.
A little bit symptomatic of the week the pair have had. Certainly the day the pair
Getting
have
shot on the
had.
fifth leg. Lisa
But
Ashton.
it's Ashton who extends the encounter a little longer.
6 leg Jacob to throw first. Game on.
I suppose the thing at stake here, Matt, is just wanting to... Not
58.
wanting to be the one who goes through a day without winning.
Oh, 100%. And it's a very small
60.
reward, but it's still something. It all depends on who your friends are as well, but for Jacob, I know he's got a very good support network around him.
42.
They'll certainly be able to turn him around and get him back out there, firing again very quickly. We'll be looking for all the positives they can provide
60.
him, and a chance to do the double over Lisa Ashton. You don't have to look too much further.
40. $87. $83. $100.
He was the player we spoke to before play started yesterday, Jacob Gwyn, and he did say that he felt that any match was winnable. That's the attitude you've got to have, of course. What do you think he needs to work on before a potential return?
Just a bit of consistency, that's all that's lacking. We've seen some really good darts from him, some really good stuff on the high ends, but there's just nothing in between at the moment. That'll just come through experience, through playing.
58.
Through playing
Lisa Carr 94.
people like that sort of next step up, which is what he's trying to do on things such like the challenge tours, and just get out there and play as much as you possibly can.
78.
Good last
Car,
start
40.
from Lisa. Putting herself on a double. It's one last go for Jacob Gwyn. He
Games shot on the
sneaks
match,
it in
Jacob
the
Gwyn.
corner to get the victory over Ashton for the second time in the group. And he takes his tally to 8 points. 4 wins for Gwyn, only 1 for Lisa Ashton in this group. She goes down 4-2. No victories today for her, but Gwyn signs off with a victory. But it's Jamie Kelling and Adrian Gray that go through from this group, and myself and Matthew Edgar will summarise all of the action in 90 seconds. You can count them. So Group C, all done and dusted. 2 players joining Shane McGurk at finals night. And, well, it ended up quite dramatic in the end, didn't it?
It was an enjoyable group right to the very end, and it was so close and tight, which is what we want to see. We want these groups, we want to see these players under stress, and we've said many times that this is a real good platform to future darts and certainly things such as the Pro Tour, so it's really good to see them under that sort of scrutiny.
and good to see Jamie Kelling come out on top.
Yeah, let's just recap the results then from all of the 15 fixtures that have been played this afternoon. And as Matthew just said, Jamie Kelling did come out on top, and he did it by winning all of his matches today. But it did go down to that nail-biting one, third from the bottom there against Adam Mould. And Mould, had he won that, he would have snuck through.
And it's harsh on Adam Mould, but he did so well to get himself into that position in the first place, because after Jamie Kelling won his game before, he thought he was through already. He gave Paul Hinks a hug, he went on his victory lap, but Adam Mould still managed to put himself into a position where it's just a leg away. So he can take a lot of positives out of that. He won't do it now. Right now, we'll probably go back to the hotel room, throw the pillars around a little bit, but in a day's time, he'll probably go, that was quite a good campaign.
Yeah, even after that as well, before Kelling started that match, he actually thought he only needed to win 3 legs. He told me up here in the studio, so that could have got ugly, couldn't it, had he sort of relaxed once he got to 3. Good that he kept the intensity and got the win.
Absolutely, you can get caught out with these sort of things, especially if you don't know how to monitor the table properly. You can ask, of course, some people will tell you, but ultimately you don't really want to know. The last thing you want to do is go into one of those games with a lowered bar. Just win the game and then worry about it afterwards. And it's sort of the advice I always give people anytime they're playing in a league table scenario, because until you lose, it doesn't really matter how many legs you need or how many points or whatever the things are. Just win the game. And he's had a great day.
Let's talk about a couple of players that won't be going through to finals tonight. I'm going to start with Timothy Verbrugghe, who has been here all week as an ADC Europe qualifier. He's had some good moments, hasn't he?
We didn't know what to judge him against as well, because he hasn't really played that many darts. He played the Belgian Open and didn't really get too far in there. I ran into Wesley Palazier quite early, so he took a early defeat, so we didn't get to see what he could do in that tournament. He went to Q School, got to the second phase of that, and again, a couple of results in there, but you can't really judge someone off of that one sort of tournament, so there was very limited data that we could find in regards to it, so it was always going to unfold before us. Really big fan of the action, very smooth, great release. I think with a bit of confidence in there, a bit of experience, could be quite a solid player.
And you dug up an amazing stat on one of the other players that hasn't made it. Adam Mould goes through an entire campaign reaching at least 3 legs in every single match. He must be feeling hard done by not to be on that stage tomorrow.
Absolutely, but also the other thing with that is he came close but then just wasn't going over the line. So I don't know whether he's getting a bit too embroiled, maybe a bit too reactive. We certainly was living everything. And maybe that would be the advice to Adam Mould. Maybe concentrate a bit more on his own game, because at times he's practically cheerleading people hitting 180s against him at times. And maybe that's something he'll work on moving forward. He does do a lot of time working on other people's games and running tournaments for other people. But when he puts that shirt on, he needs to be someone different. And yes, you can enjoy good darts, but not all the time when it's against you.
What have you made of Adrian Gray? Because he did all the damage yesterday, winning all of his matches. But has he shown enough for you to think he's a real runner tomorrow night?
I think Adrian Gray always kind of is. He's a consistent type, which is why I tipped him to win this group. And I think that's what he needs at this point. Tomorrow's a completely different kettle of fish. Tomorrow you need to be explosive at times. You don't have the luxury of time. You don't get to turn things around. You can't just sort of battle and grind out results. So that might be where he comes a little bit unstuck, but it wouldn't surprise me to see him win a title here at all. He's one of those capable players.
Yeah, absolutely is. Well, let's just get confirmation finally of the group table then. Adrian Gray finishing top of it by just 2 points in the end from Jamie Kelling. That gap between Kelling and Mould, 4 points, but had Mould won that last match, he would have second spot. Timothy Verbrugghe in 4th, Gwyn in 5th, and Lisa Ashton. It's been a tough week for her, hasn't it?
Really tough, and it's been a tough watch at times as well. It's been a shame to see her in this sort of state, especially certainly after she had that good run at the seniors. Maybe, as we mentioned on commentary, just gave us that little bit, maybe we thought she was further along than she actually was. And maybe the back-to-back weeks in hindsight was probably just too much for her, especially coming off of that seniors as well. So she gets to go home now. She's got a week at home to get ready for the women's series. I guarantee she won't pick up a dart for a couple of days. She's going to want to have some rest time in there. But when she does pick them back up again, it's just going to feel so homely to her again, because she's put some serious hours in. So yes, it didn't go right for her here, but I think this is going to benefit her further down the road.
Yeah, one more session to go tonight, of course. Shane McGurk already in finals night. Tonight we've got Reece Robinson, who's won all his games last night. Nathan Gervin in there as well. And the player who has played really well this week, Johnny Barnes, one of the ADC qualifiers, is in the mix. 3 go through from that group. We can see all the names in it there. And that one could be another close run thing. Maybe take Reece Robinson out of the equation, but everybody else could be battling it out for 2 places.
I think you just named the 3 players that are going to go through that group tonight. I think Richard North and Bab Patel are going to be the 2 players that are going to be missing out. Reece Robinson, I'm sticking with it for him to win the group. If that is the case, I put myself under pressure for Saturday night because I'd have called all 3 group winners just to put it out there.
There we go. No praise like self-praise. Well, thank you for your time once again. We'll see you this evening, and we'll hope to see you this evening as well. We do return at 10 p.m. tonight live on the MODUS Super Series YouTube channel. But as far as Group C is concerned, it's Adrian Gray who conquered everyone.